So the Outlaw Way is to get you better at CrossFit. Most people that follow the Outlaw Way have a general ability to do most of the movements. They just need to get better at all of the movements. So for a perfect example would be everyone who competed in the Open. Right? Everyone competed in the Open this year has a pretty firm grasp on CrossFit. They just need to get a little stronger and a little faster. Well, Outlaw Barbell is for those who really have a love for throwing around the barbell and doing the weightlifting part. So this is strictly a weightlifting program. So this would be somebody who's like, well, I really am interested in the weightlifting. I'm going to do my conditioning through the barbell. I really like that part of it. Now this is going to have a stronger focus on weightlifting. The power is going to be for those who maybe have a decent engine. Maybe they're runners, or they're just already well conditioned, but they're lacking strength. Maybe they do the workouts next door, and although they can keep up with the running and anything that doesn't have any weight to it, they just need to get stronger. You get some muscle or some strength on their body, and they can be a decent CrossFitter. You're going to want to follow the Outlaw Power. The last piece would be somebody who's got a decent engine, somebody who has a firm knowledge of the barbell. Maybe somebody's just almost too strong for their own good, or too big. And you want to come over here and you want to focus on your gymnastic ability, and that's what the connectivity is. That's to get you better without any barbells, without anything in your hand. It's a focus on you, your body weight, your gymnastic ability. The only thing is it's not called gymnastics simply because gymnastics is a completely different sport. All we're doing is taking pieces from the sport of gymnastics and we're putting it into exercise movements. So that's what this is. So the plan is, in this room right here, we're going to have an additional whiteboard, and we're going to have all of these programs on the boards. And what we want is we want all of our members who desire a higher level of ability and fitness or in-depth look at CrossFit to be able to pick and choose where they need to be. And come in here and go, all right, well, I'm going to come in here. I know I have a decent grasp on this stuff. I just need to focus on this one, this one, this one, or this one. So we're going to have open gym times in this room where you can come in and pick any one of these Outlaw programs to follow. All right, so again, we're not taking anything away from any of our Outlaw athletes. So we're still going to be able to come in the same times that we come in and follow the Outlaw way as we've been doing for the past year and a half. Only difference is going to be we may actually have a few other friends in here who are next door who are interested in being in this room and training with us and just not really sure how to get in there, or maybe they couldn't put it in their budget. So now they're going to be able to be in here. All of us can think of about 10 names off the top of our head who are next door who really want to train with us, but they're just kind of restricted based on their membership to not train with us. So we want to be able to open those doors. We don't want to have the attitude of they're the serious athletes, they're the more dedicated athletes, and so on. But you know what? We're all one family. We want you guys to be able to train back and forth together. If you want to be over here, you want to get your 1 hour get in and get out, go home, that's perfectly fine. If you want to say, I want to go in, get my hour in, then I want to come over here and I have some, I lack in my gymnastics ability, so I'm going to spend an extra 20 minutes just coming in here, finding a spot either on the floor or outside. I'm going to work on the connectivity portion of the program, and then you can go home. So there would be no set classes. It'd be very, very open and free to come in and pick the program that you want, do the program that you want, or grab a buddy and follow the program that they're on and get yourself better in that way. And again, if you have a bunch of questions leading into this, there's that other option where you can have the coach's access and you can email a coach and ask them for their help to guide you through the program. All right, now this is going to require a test as it currently does. If you want to follow the Outlaw program, you have to test in. We want to make sure that while you're over here and you're doing this open Outlaw session, that you're not going to hurt yourself. You know what you're doing, especially because in most of these you're throwing around a barbell. So that's really, really important. So a test required here and a test required to get out of on-ramp. All right, so of course the thing that you guys are all wondering, two things I'm sure. How much is it going to cost, and what are the times that we can do this? So we're going to make the gym across the board $150 a month for a month-to-month membership. All right, we've been $150 before. I don't feel that that's expensive at all. In CrossFit, gyms go all the way up to $300 a month. So for $150, I think that's already a great deal. We have everything that you guys need to get anything that you want to get done. And that kind of freedom, I think, is a steal at $150. However, what is missing from that month to month is commitment. All right, you have no commitment to us. You have no commitment to our program. You're just saying, I want to be here for a month. I don't know if I'm going to be here next month. And with that kind of commitment, that kind of half in, half out to the gym, well, there's really not a whole lot we can do for you. It's going to take a whole lot to get you, a whole lot longer than a month to get you to your goal. So without any commitment to us, we're not going to have any commitment to you as far as pricing goes. So if you're here for that month to month, there's not a whole lot we're going to do for you. There's not a whole lot of flexibility. It's going to be $150 whether you want the gold or the platinum. Doesn't really matter. All right. So what we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the 12-month memberships, because those are the people who have said we are going to dedicate to you. We're going to commit to you for the next 12 months. We want this to be our home for the next 12 months. We want this to be the place to find our fitness, to get to our goals for the next 12 months. Boom. That's even better. That's 10 times better than going month to month for us in the eyes of your coaches, because we know that we have 12 months to work with you. We have 12 months to teach you. All right. So those are the numbers we're going to look at, and that's going to be $135 for platinum and $125 for gold. We want a 12-month commitment out of both of these options. All right. Again, it's going to take us time to teach you all this stuff. Some of our members, like I said, have been here for years, and we're still having to teach them things that we've learned along the way, or movements. So this is definitely something that we need to be in for the long haul. We're going to give a 15% off discount to either one of these options for military, fire, law enforcement. $75 for a spouse or adult child. They must be on the program that you pick. So if you're here, there's $75 on top of your $135, which puts you at your husband and wife at $210, and here at $200, if that's the option that you choose. And we say adult child because some of you may have an adult child, not a spouse, and you can add them on for the same. Some of you have more than one family member join at this gym, and that's awesome, and we want that. We want to encourage that. We don't want to discourage that, and we don't want to take advantage of that and affect you financially. So that's where our 2+ family comes in here. So you're going to get a 15% discount for every family member on top of the first 2. So if you have 2 or more, then we're going to do that 15% off. So again, the goal in thinking all this out was to try not to change our prices or try to change as little as possible while still offering more to our couples and our families. So if you've done the math already, you see that we've been able to do that. We're going to give you more for either slightly more or not more at all. So that's the big how much is this going to cost me question. The other question that most of you are going to have is, well, what are these open gym times? What are these times going to be when I can come in here and get what I want to get done? And that's going to be 7 a.m. to noon, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to noon on Fridays, 4:30 to 8:30 Monday through Thursday, 4:30 to 7 on Fridays, and 9 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. This one is not for sure, because this one is going to be ran by me, and my schedule is crazy right now. It's really hard to tell if I'm going to be here on a Saturday. So assuming that's not going to be in there, that's our schedule. Best case scenario is we're going to be able to open the gym from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday for that open outlaw option. All right. That covers pretty much everything we have written on this board. This was left over. Just ignore that. But I want you guys to see this, and this is what we wrote out. I erased it. Sorry. Hold on. So I wrote this out. I'm a real visual type of person when it comes to figuring out like how things are in my mind and trying to display those to the other coaches or to Shauna. And this is how I wrote it. All right. So probably 2007 to 2010. We had a whole lot of people that were just looking to get fit. All right, and they trusted us, they trusted CrossFit IE to help find their fitness and get them where they wanted. Well, fast forward to 2014, And we are pushing this way. We still have a whole lot of people that are just looking to get or maintain their fitness, but there's a lot more people pushing toward being the fittest they could possibly be, or the fittest that they can be in this region. We have some athletes that are that have their hearts set on making it to regionals, and that's actually competing in the sport of CrossFit. So we have to create a program that caters from everyone from here all the way over to here. And that's why so many changes. You know, when we talk amongst the coaches, it's like, okay, well, we're a CrossFit gym, we should just offer CrossFit and get everybody fit. Well, that means that people that are seeking more out of this sport are going to be hurting, and they're not going to get what they want to get. So this little diagram is to show you exactly why we're expanding so much. It's because your desire to get more is expanding. But again, we don't want to leave out those who are just here to maintain fitness. So we want to make it super easy for you to be able to come in and say, I just want to maintain, and I choose CrossFit as my method of maintaining my fitness level, and it's very recreational for me and nothing more. I have no interest in anything else. That's awesome. Then that puts you here. Then there's everybody else who is saying, I want a whole lot more, and we have to be able to give them those options. And that's what all this stuff is. It's to be able to say, hey, look, take charge of your own goals and say, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, or this is what I need, this is where I'm lacking, and so on, and be able to fill the gaps in and get where you want to go. So I wanted you to see that because I felt that was important to show you as far as like why we're expanding so much. Because there's always that question of, well, if CrossFit gets me fit and CrossFit is the ultimate program, why are there so many more options now to getting fit? If you're telling me this is the only way to get fit, then I shouldn't need anything else. Well, that's true. CrossFit definitely is a great general physical preparedness program to get you fit enough to be confident to handle any situation. However, it's also a sport now. Okay, so you have to think of it as something like football. There's the recreational players, and then there's the ones who are trying to go pro. Well, we have to be able to handle all that under the same roof. So hopefully that explains it. Our schedule now. How are we going to run these classes? Well, we don't want to overwhelm our coaches, all right? We definitely do not want, we don't want to be splitting the coaches in half, right? So we want the coaches, we want to make it as easy to coach you as possible, all right? The less stressed out our coaches are, the better job they're going to be coaching you. What we found is that 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. classes are very quick. They want to get in, they want to get their workout, and they want to get out. So there's a whole lot less attention on teaching because it's 5 a.m. I want my heart rate going, and I want to get out of here. I got to get to work. So at 5 and 7, we have kind of our work rush, the pre-work exercisers that come in, and we want to be able to give them that body weight CrossFit. So we're not going to be throwing around a whole bunch of barbells at 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. anymore. You just woke up. We think that that's going to be kind of unsafe for you to do anyways. So we're going to give you that body weight CrossFit option at 5 and 7. All right. At 9, that's when it's a little bit more relaxed. There's a lot of people that are off work that day that are coming in, and we want to be able to give them that time and that attention to focus on throwing around that barbell. So at 9 a.m. we're going to have the barbell gymnastics option as well as the body weight option, and the red dot indicates we're going to have 2 coaches on that time. All right. 4:30, same thing. That's a pretty full class, pretty popular class. We're going to give you guys the option on the board to do a barbell gymnastics movement or the alternative movement. 5:30 and 6:30, the same thing. 7:30 again, almost a similar attitude as the 5 a.m. where you want to get in, you want to get your workout, and you want to get out of here. So rather than create an unsafe environment and force people to throw barbells around, we're just going to give them the body weight CrossFit movements here and not so much of the snatch and clean and jerk. And then the crazy schedule is here at 5:30 where we're going to have on Mondays and Wednesdays while the CrossFit Kids is going, we're going to have endurance conditioning. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to have the same option as the rest of the days, which is the barbell gymnastics or body weight. On top of that, the additional coach is going to be here in case we have anyone for our on-ramp class. So if our on-ramp class is full, then that class is going to be coached by a separate coach, while the other coach is either going to be coaching endurance conditioning or the regular CrossFit class. If there's no one in our on-ramp class, we're going to have an extra class at an extra coach at 5:30 and an extra coach at 6:30. All right, so these are our busiest classes right here, and we want to be able to give you guys more coaches, more eyes on you during these times. I think that answers everything, I hope. Except for maybe if I can only come at 7:30, I know that we have a couple members that say, hey, I want to throw around a barbell, and I can only come at 7:30. You guys only offer weightlifting at 5:30. What the hell? Well, with your platinum membership, the gym is going to be open from 4:30 to 8:30. So you can come over here. You can not only throw around your barbell and get better at the weightlifting portion, but you can actually follow a barbell specific program or a CrossFit specific program that has a lot of barbell movements in it. Or you can just get stronger, or you can work on your connectivity. So hopefully that solves that issue. We've done our best to think about any issue that might come up, any questions, any, hey, what about me? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? If we haven't covered any of that, then we want to hear from you. All right? I don't see any downside to anything that we're doing. I see nothing but positive things for all of our members, and just many options for you guys. And we are more than happy to guide you in the right direction. There is well over 100 of you, and that is a whole lot of fitness levels to balance. So now is the time where we need you to step up and say, hey, I need to be in the right place. I need to be in the right class. This is what I really want. Rather than us force it down your throat, we want you to say, this is where I need to be. And you can now make it easier on us and make it easier on you by picking what is best for you, or at least helping us pick what's best for you. All right? Any questions? Let me know.